We are having a new podcast, Evolution in Divine Love podcast, based on my recent book, Evolution in Divine Love, The Eternal Becoming of God, Soul, and Matter. Uh, as we did with my second book, Radical Personalism, we decided let's continue the conversation ongoing. I personally do not think that a finished book is any final word, but it's just a kickstart to an ongoing conversation on any given topic. So this book is not an exception. Though I have published this book a few days ago, I'm immediately thinking, okay, how we can continue to expand the content of the book, inviting other voices, sharing our hearts, and enriching the mutual communal reflection. So we have decided to start a new podcast, abbreviated called EDL Podcast, Evolution, Divine Love, Evolution and Divine Love Podcast, which will be starting this coming Sunday, July 13, at 11 in the morning EDT time. For those who would like to see it, it will be shared in the Tadatmya Sangha YouTube channel. It's not shared in this particular channel from which you are seeing this video. I'm just using my channel to let you know about this podcast, because many of you are not yet subscribed to the Tadatmya Sangha YouTube channel. So for those who have not and would like to receive the news and see other news, I'm sharing here the name of the channel, Tadatmya Sangha. Tadatmya, Tadatmya, and then Sangha, Sangha. So you can subscribe and you will receive the news of every single episode that ideally we are planning to publish. If the Sweet Absolute agrees with that, every single week, every Sunday, for the coming 6 months approx. So the structure of the podcast will be, in the beginning, I will be sharing a few thoughts about, we will go through each one of the, not only the chapters of the book, but every chapter has some subsections. So we'll be dividing the different chapters, starting with an introduction this coming Sunday, and then going through each subsection of each chapter. I will share a few initial thoughts with our hosts and co-hosts, and then I'll disappear from the scene and we'll be inviting different guests. For each different episode, we have different guests, friends, brothers, sisters, elders, teachers, with whom we will be reflecting about that particular theme. In this way, continue to engage in a communal reflection and exploration on a topic that by its very nature is ever evolving, right? An eternal becoming means there's an eternal place to continue to share together, to disclose our hearts. So each of you are invited to join the conversation. And so I briefly wanted to announce that. Those who would like to participate, again, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel of Tadatmya Sangha, of our learning community. Tadatmya, as you know, means mystical empathy, and Sangha means community. So Tadatmya Sangha in YouTube, you can subscribe there and you will be receiving the news starting with this coming Sunday, July 13 at 11 a.m. EDT time. We'll be having our inaugural initial chapter or episode of the podcast speaking about the introduction of the book itself, and then we'll go through each one of the sections. So thank you for joining us. See you there.